and catch up. Richmond's morning news, we're here with you. 6 a.m., let's start it up.
All right, 6:03 this morning here on News Radio WRVA. You're listening to Richmond's Morning News. My name is Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, do we have a lot to get to in the program today? The government shutdown. Normally we talk about that at Capitol Hill. Now we're going to talk about it for the first time ever at Capitol Square. We're facing a glooming government shutdown over Democrats gone wild. We'll talk about that on the program today. We'll give you an update on what the latest is with the terror attack that was foiled at the UFC Freedom 250 fight at the White House. In fact, John McGuire, who was there that night, congressman, will join us on the program today, and we've got a whole bunch as well. So thanks for joining us this morning. It is 6:05 here on News Radio WRVA. Super Dave Ayler behind the glass. Gary Hess with news and sports with you all morning. And like I said, we're going to have a very busy day. I've got an interesting, Super Dave, how would you describe it? We have an interesting cross-section of guests coming on the program today.
We have a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay. So like we said, John McGuire is going to join us today on the program. Congressman. Pretty cool.
And he's always great.
He's always great. We have John Gibbs is going to join us from the Heritage Foundation. He's one of their chief economists, and we had booked him to come on the show to talk about the cost of housing, but we're going to open that up a little bit with the new Fed chairman that's starting up. And then the big question I have is, why is it the gas prices are so quick to go up, but they're so sticky and slow to come down? When I was driving down the street today, I noticed just about everybody was under $4 a gallon. Some were at $3.55. Some, I won't name you which one it was stuck at $4 something a gallon. How come they'll spike up immediately, but they're so slow coming back down? Big question I think a lot of people want to know. Dr. Murray Sabrin joins us on Wednesdays as we count down to USA 250. We're going to talk about Thomas Jefferson and Virginia's contribution to this country. And then the wild card on today's show, Winona Judd is going to join us on the program today as well. Legendary country music artist who's coming to Williamsburg. So, I mean, listen, kind of wild, Super Dave. You found us some great guests. We had Stuart Copeland of the Police, which I thought
he was great,
as cool as it can
get.
And
if you want to hear that, that's still up on the podcast.
On the podcast. Today you've got Winona. I mean, you're raised the level up.
Well, I do what I can. You know?
Yeah. So my mom loved Winona. I can't wait to have her come on the program, and I will go fanboy. I promise you this morning that I will. All right. With all that being said, most important thing we have to do today is get you Richmond's morning news brief. Let's get you up to date. Everything that went on overnight as you get up this morning at 6:07 here on News Radio WRVA. All right, story number one, believe it or not, we're talking about a government shutdown, but we're not talking about D.C. We're talking about Richmond. Here's our big story of the day.
Number one. Oh, Virginia, we still have no budget. Everybody's yelling, but nobody will budget. Hampton Roads, Lucas says, tax them again. Data Center Diva says, not my rich friends. Amazon Don's got a plan in his hand, but nobody knows where the dollars will land. Down in Richmond under Capitol lights, they're counting up billions and breaking new.
They're fighting over billions of dollars, and now this has turned into a huge fight as the Democrats have the trifecta, the House, the Senate, and the governor's mansion, but can't govern to save their lives. Here's what's going on right now. The House was recalled to go into special session on Thursday. They were going to vote and work on their budget. Well, with no budget ready to go, Don Scott has said, why bother even having this House meet? Cancel it. We're at that point. We're 2 weeks away, and I've been sounding this alarm for the longest time. Democrats in charge, they have not been able to get a budget together. What gives? The governor, meanwhile, having a big to-do yesterday, signing a bunch of bills that take away Second Amendment rights for many Virginians. if you want to look at it that way. If you want to look at it the way of the liberal Democrats, yay, we're going to get all these guns off the street and keep everybody safe. Either way, you're seeing this state hurdle itself to California state type of policies in the quickest way. That's why, folks, for the last year plus, I've been warning Virginia. I feel like Kyle Reese, you know who that is, Super Dave?
Kyle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember him.
Who's Kyle Reese?
Wasn't he the guy that shot the...
No.
Who was that? That was a Kyle.
No.
Who's Kyle Reese?
Kyle Reese is from Terminator.
Oh, that's right.
Kyle.
well, the other Kyle terminated a couple of people.
Stop. Don't. Just time out. Stop that right there.
But no, Kyle Reese, he was in the first one. Yeah, he was sent back from the future to take out the Terminators.
And to warn Sarah Connor.
Right.
And he ended up becoming John Connor's father.
In the second one.
But he was sent back to say, hey, listen, you guys have to be careful. Here's what's coming next. I feel like him in many respects because I know what living in a completely blue one-party state is like, and I'm trying to warn the people of Virginia. We'll get into that this morning here on News Radio WRVA. All right, second story of the day. This one's scary. Not far from here, plotters got together in Fredericksburg, Virginia to plot out and work on their attack on the White House. Here's the latest from Fox News.
Number 2.
One of the alleged motives was to target, quote, capitalist elites, billionaires, and politicians. Authorities also released photos of the weapons and the aerial maps the suspects plan to use. And as scary as all of this is, you got to give credit to President Trump. He did not appear fazed at all.
I haven't heard about it, no. But I watched the attack that I watched were the fighters.
He's so calm, cool, and collected. Also, the feds are looking at 23 people in online chats as part of their ongoing investigation.
All right, that's the latest from Fox News. Now, what she didn't mention is the politicians that they were targeting were politicians they said had sold out to AIPAC, to Israel. So here's the latest. A mom sees her kid, 19 years old, just kind of changing. And we've all seen sullen kids. If you got teenagers, you never know what you're going to get one day to the next. But he's 19 years old, took his graduation money, used it to buy a bunch of guns and ammo. And she's like, what are you doing? He's hanging out with different people. He's acting differently. She calls her local law enforcement like, hey, listen, I'm kind of scared what my son's doing. That unravels this entire plot where he and other had started on plotting, meeting, getting together, and they actually had planned on using Fredericksburg as a base of operation. And their plan was to attack the White House, sending drones into nearby buildings, not attacking the White House itself, but causing chaos and mayhem. As everybody evacuated, they were going to actually have killing fields where they were going to have snipers ready to pick people off as they came out of the building. It is scary that this got that far. We'll talk to John McGuire. He was actually at the UFC event at the White House. He's also a former Navy SEAL. We'll get his reaction to this chilling plot that was going to take place right here in our Commonwealth. That's coming up today on the program. All right, story number 3. We're still waiting to see the memo, Mr. President.
Number 3.
All right, story number 3. The White House and Iran have both said, yep, we've got a memo of understanding. Now, what's in that memo? Who knows? There's a lot of leaked copies out there. The president said we're going to try to get it out in the next couple of days. J.D. Vance, who was doing a media tour yesterday selling his new book, said that there was some things going on. And again, there's third parties that had been negotiating this, and they asked to hold off on the memo. The president says we'll see it sooner than later. We'll probably have a press conference and read through the whole thing and go through it. I know there's a lot of people that are jumping the gun that want to give their pronouncement on this. I'm going to wait a little bit, see what the memo has, and understand that this is a memo that gets you to a bigger negotiation table and gets you to a bigger agreement. This is just the beginning. So like anything else, it's a snapshot of what's happening today, not the final deal. That's the third story of the day. Fourth story of the day, I don't believe this. There is a new champion when it comes to customer service in fast food. Chick-fil-A has always been the standard, but a new poll release says that Jersey Mike's number one. All right, been to Jersey Mike's, go to Chick-fil-A a lot. Both of them have great customer service. What about when you have bad customer service? Take a listen to this. Here is a man who wrote a bad review on Google for an ice cream shop, and the owner reacts.
Number 4.
Don't you ever worry about the local scoop again, okay?
I just didn't have a good experience, so I wrote a bad review. I didn't think nothing of it until she reminded me of it. She assaulted me, touched my torso 3 times. She knocked the phone out of my hand and pretty much destroyed the back of it, kicked it under my car.
I will slap the taste right out of your mouth that you don't like my ice cream. We're going to get into that today on the program. I'd love to hear from you on the James River Air text line. Have you ever left a bad review for a restaurant or service? I know there's times I want to. I don't always do it because I don't want to be a Karen. What about you? 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140 is the James River Air text line. I have one more story, Dave, but can I save it for just a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Dave says I can save. I'm just going to tell you.
We might have to call Kyle Reese for that last story.
Yes.
If things get out of hand.
Because you know what we have coming?
Yes. Oh, I know the story. So
Robot. I'll let you guess what kind of robot I'm talking about. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, but it could change my life.
And we may have to call Kyle Reese to take them all out.
Yeah. I don't know. If they had these kind of robots, I'd want one.
Yeah, you would.
All right, 833-804-1140. What am I talking about? We'll tell you in just a little bit. Okay.
Men's Wellness.
Today's program is brought to you in part by Men's Wellness Centers. All right, there's 3 of them. You know where they are. Glen Allen, here in Richmond, Virginia Beach, Newport News. They specialize in testosterone therapy and men's wellness. So what's that mean to you? All right. If you're a guy over the age of 40, your testosterone has dropped. I guarantee you it's just a matter of time when it really starts to dip. So